Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's Tropical Atlantic Basin update. So, Tropical Storm Rina has formed, and we have two tropical storms in the west central Atlantic Basin very near each other. Looking at Tropical Storm Philippe as of 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, Thursday, September the 28th, Tropical Storm Philippe has maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, a minimum central pressure of 1,003 millibars, and is only crawling west-northwest at 2 miles per hour. And we have newly formed Tropical Storm Rina with 40-mile-per-hour winds, central pressure of 1,004 millibars, and west and northwesterly movement at 14 miles per hour. So looking at the cone for Tropical Storm Philippe, the cone for Tropical Storm Philippe has dramatically shifted since yesterday's update, as now Tropical Storm Philippe is expected to stay well to the east of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the northeastern Lesser Antilles, remaining a tropical storm now through at least Tuesday afternoon. And looking at the cone for Tropical Storm Rina is also expected to stay out to sea and remain a tropical storm through at least Tuesday afternoon. So looking at the latest Zoom Earth satellite imagery in cone for both Tropical Storms Philippe and Tropical Storm Rina, both of these storms are having to contend with some strong wind shear, which is what is keeping these storms on the weak side. And looking at the interactive cone first for Philippe, we're looking at a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west by Friday 1 a.m. Central Time. By Friday 1 p.m. Central Time, 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the southwest. Saturday 1 a.m. Central Time, 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west-southwest. By Saturday 1 p.m. Central Time, slight intensification to a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the southwest. Sunday 1 a.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the southwest. And then by Sunday 1 p.m., we're going to see Tropical Storm Philippe make a sudden northward curve. And then by Monday 1 p.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm curving to the north-northwest. And then Tuesday 1 p.m. Central Time, Philippe is expected to be a 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm curving to the north. And looking at Rina, by Friday 1 a.m. Central Time, 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the northwest. Friday 1 p.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west-northwest. Saturday 1 a.m. 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west-northwest. Saturday 1 p.m. 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west-northwest. Sunday 1 a.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west-northwest. Sunday 1 p.m. Central Time, Rina curving to the northwest as a 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm. And then Monday 1 p.m. Central Time, 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm curving to the northwest. And then curving to the north-northwest as a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm by Tuesday 1 p.m. Central Time. So, these systems are very close together and are likely going to undergo a rare meteorological phenomenon known as the Fujiwhara effect. So taking a look at the GFS model, we're going to see this potential Fujiwhara effect in action. As we go into Friday, we're going to see Philippe remaining about a couple hundred miles to the east of the Lesser Antilles, and then we're going to see Tropical Storm Rina in the central Atlantic. And watch as we go into Friday, the GFS model kind of stalls both of these tropical storms to the east of the Caribbean, remaining weak tropical storms by Saturday, September 30th. And then going to Sunday and Monday, we see these storms start to dance around each other in the rare Fujiwhara effect. And the GFS actually shows some intensification with Philippe, so we're going to have to watch this trend closely as Rina starts to weaken, and then we see Rina get absorbed into Philippe by Monday and Tuesday, and Philippe start to curve out to sea as potentially a Category 2 or 3 hurricane in the GFS model as a trough picks up Philippe and he moves out to sea. So looking at the European model, the 12Z run, the European model also shows this Fujiwhara effect. By Saturday, we see Philippe starting to move to the southeast while Rina curves to the northwest, and we see the storms kind of dancing around. The European model keeps both these storms a lot weaker, with Philippe remaining a tropical depression by Sunday, but the European model also moves Philippe into the eastern Lesser Antilles, bringing some moderate to heavy rain across the central northern Lesser Antilles by Sunday. And then we see these storms kind of absorb each other and dissipate as we go into Monday, October the 2nd, with rain continuing across the central and northern Lesser Antilles as these storms kind of fizzle over the northern Lesser Antilles by Tuesday and Wednesday. And looking at the Canadian model, the 12Z run of the Canadian model also shows this is actually the only model that doesn't show the Fujiwhara effect, and instead shows Philippe moving across the northern Lesser Antilles into the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico by Sunday and Monday. And then the Canadian does bring heavy rain still to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands as we go into Wednesday and even Thursday before the Canadian moves Philippe to the north, and we see Rina kind of see a little bit of a Fujiwhara effect come Tuesday and Wednesday, but not as dramatic as the European and GFS models. So, if you live across the central northern Lesser Antilles in areas like Dominica, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Antigua Barbuda, Saint Martin, Saint Martin, Antigua Barbuda, Saint Kitts and Nevis, Saint Barthélemy, the U.S. British Virgin Islands into Puerto Rico, and even the Dominican Republic, make sure you keep a close eye on Philippe especially, as the Fujiwhara effect could cause Philippe to move in pretty much any direction, regardless of what the current track is showing. So despite the cone curving Philippe to the north by Monday and Tuesday, I wouldn't really read too much into that, as the track has continually shifted over the last 3 days. So make sure you're paying attention, as if Philippe drifts towards the northern Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, could bring some flooding rainfall. Thanks for watching this evening's tropical update. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.